Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Great Taz once again. And here we are with another replay from the world of tanks. And in this replay, we will be watching myself, once again, playing the STRV, bleh, dyslexic there for a moment, S1, the Swedish Tier 8 Premium TD. Now this has the hydraulic, I don't know what they call it, but it has the hydraulic wheels. Basically, the gun is stationary. It has no left or right transverse. It relies on the tank's traverse. So if you get tracked or you get the engine knocked out, you're kind of SOL. As you can see, we're here on Ruinburg, and we're in the back. The SRT only has 30 millimeters of hull armor, and anything with a 91 millimeter or greater gun can basically auto pen this thing no matter where they shoot it. So doing exactly what a weak armored, good ammoed or good accuracy TD should do. Hide in the back and let everybody else spot for you. Now, there are some other people that will state that this isn't the way you should play. You should play this tank. You should play the STRV as more of an assault tank. And they're really talking about the STRV 103B. Now, it has 40 millimeters of hull armor. And with that being said, that means only 121 millimeter or greater can overmatch its armor, no matter how angled the armor might be they hit. Even if they hit it on literally a 1% angle, 1% down from where they are, it will still auto pen. So you have a bad issue when it comes to that. Now, I don't play this tank enough, so the nuance of the hydraulic system pretty much gets me every time. I have to play it a match or two to get back used to the simple fact of how the hydraulic system works and all that. As you can see, I was trying to drive across the road with the hydraulics aiming system, or the whatever you want to call it, engaged. Here we are trying to protect one of our tanks, but it didn't work out too well. Here we can see the E25. He's being ballsy, thinks he's going to do something. It's a little weak 75. We have the WZ131 trying to come back and help us here. And I'm not overly worried because he does help us out, but I'm not overly worried. This reason I'm not overly worried is because the E25 doesn't turn fast enough to be effective at high speed, when I can just sit there and turn. Now, as you can see, what I'm doing here with the S1, again, you have that 30 millimeters of armor. Now, if you sit still, they get a chance to, there's a nice shot into the back of the FV201 A45, the Tier 7 British medium heavy tank, premium. But anyways, back onto the metal. Looks like we're really tearing things up. We got an 8-3, so my team is really tearing things up. I have 2 of the 8, so I have 1/4 of the kills, which is not bad. Well, not anymore. But as you can see, I still have this issue of wanting to drive around in siege mode. Siege hydraulics is what I'll call it. I want to be driving around in siege mode instead of drive mode, and I just it's a lot faster. And here you see I'm driving down the road, stop, go to get in siege mode, and I'm late. I should have just hit siege mode and then fired. Again, it's the nuance of the tank. It takes a little bit to get used to. This is probably the first time I had played this tank in probably 3 months. I've been trying to slowly go up the line to get the 103B, but I've kind of got stuck and irritated on the IKV 103 and its super lob dirt cannon, which really stinks, by the way. So, but enough on that. As you can see, we move into the little city. The SU 152 is going after the A44, and I'm at this point in time, I'm not really sure what to think about, whether I should go for the A44 or if I should go for the city, their base, and I decide I'm going to go in towards their base. Their 3 heavy tanks, their 3 tanks are all spotted. The only thing that's not spotted is artillery. Not quite sure where it is. I'm hoping kind of when I'm going down this road that I might spot it and get a quick shot at it. I don't spot it, so I swing around, throw it in siege mode, and here we're going to start taking on the Soma SM. And while the Maybach keeps it occupied, we're just going to shoot it. I'm trying to track it so it can't get away. It was moving around quite a bit, and so I wanted to try to track it. There, I wasn't even trying to track the T-29. I was actually trying to do damage, and I tracked it. All right, we're going to move forward. We got 22 damage for the tracking of the T-29 assist damage, and we're going to move forward. Artie is still not been spotted. All right, we're going to stop, hop into siege mode a little way late because I'm not hitting the button, forgetting about the siege mode, fire, and completely off. Now, still not sure where Artie is. Well, I know he's behind me somewhere. So, I know him behind him somewhere. I'm going to say he's right there. That's where I think he is. And further on inspection, when I do my 180 to get my aiming line in direction, I'm kind of thinking he's a little bit further back. And I'm still in siege mode. The tank actually turns faster in siege mode than it does in standard drive mode. So, turning around in siege mode and then jumping out kind of is useful. Plus, if something appears, you're already in siege mode, and you can just go, hi, click, boom. So, we have only 2 of the kills so far still, and we're driving down through the road. The 131 is not spotted the Artie, so he must be back on the back line, and I think he's up further, but he's not. I would have figured a smart move by the Artie player would have been to actually go ahead and start moving towards our base, knowing that we would probably, figuring that we would probably come down through that way. Now, he just stayed where he was, which kind of in turn got him killed, as you can see. And it was a kind of an eye for an eye with the Artie and the 131. So, with that being said, that was the battle. It was a quick one. It was a 7-minute and 35-second battle. So right about mid-time frame for a battle. Just a little bit over, but it's right in that area. If you give that whole minute space between 7.5, so from 7 minutes to 8 minutes being your whole mid-time frame. I mean, it was a mid-length game, so it was a real good game overall. Why don't we go ahead and take a walk on over to Watt Records here and check out our stats for this beautiful game. Here we are. As we can see, we only got a second-class badge in it, and that was with the 907 base experience, which put us second, but we were first with their 30,759 damage, which gave us a high caliber. We also earned fire for effect, a bruiser. We got 1 bond for our high caliber. As you can see, we scored a WN8 of 4,441, which is really nice. Increase that WN8. Too bad, like the next 3 games were below 1,000 because my team just crumbled right in front of me. It happens. Just people making stupid mistakes and stupid choices. But anyways, that's another story. We shot 12 shots, 11 of them hit, so that's pretty much 90+% hit ratio with a 90+% damage penetration ratio. Did no splash because we were firing APCR only, the standard rounds. 3,759. Of that 3,759, 770 was from over 300 meters. Received 4 hits. None of them penetrated. That was because, if you notice, when the FV201 was fired at us, I was jiggling my whole tank back and forth to make it harder for him actually to hit us. And so he would more likely ricochet, and which he did. We blocked 595 damage from those 4 non-penetrating shots. All right, we damaged 5, destroyed 2, and had 153 in assistance from doing trackings in the end there. It was a premium battle. It wasn't the first battle of the day, but it was a battle with premium, so 103,000 credits. 0.8 if you want to be specific, and only really spent 15, so we ended up with 88.3 thousand credits. Actually, it was a first time for the day. You don't get double credits, you do. Anyways, you get extra experience, not credits. Oh, I'm having one of those days, ladies and gentlemen, as you can probably tell. So for the premium account, the base from non-premium to premium goes to 1360, and we got 2857 total, which makes for some good crew training, because that's what I use the tank for. As soon as I get the UDES, this crew is going to go into the UDES, train for the UDES, and then follow up the rest of the tree. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not like this video and think it deserves it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and click subscription, or wait here for the Taz icon here momentarily to come up and click it and subscribe. Always looking for more subscriptions. Always glad to get more subscribers. And if you have any friends, family, or just gaming buddies in tanks that is interested in the STRV S1, this is a rather good game that shows the S1's, or even the Swedish line, that shows the siege mode of the Swedish upper tanks, shows how it works and stuff like that, and it shows how well that those tanks can be when they're firing basically from a concealment position, as I did, and have a pretty clear line of sight. And even when they not concealed, as long as the enemy is preoccupied with somebody else, you can still put some good rounds into them too. So pass it on to your friends and family and your gaming partners. And with that being said, this is Great Taz signing off, saying we will see you in the world of tanks.